The International Atomic Energy Agency said Monday Iran had converted its stockpiles of 20% enriched uranium into less dangerous forms. The enriched fuel can be used to make nuclear weapons. Tehran denies that it's trying to make bombs and insists the program is for civilian use. The IAEA report comes after Iran and Western powers agreed Saturday to extend until November, a deadline to reach a long-term agreement on the future of the nuclear program. But that remains a long way off, says Mark Fitzpatrick of the International Institute for Strategic Studies.
They were able to agree to cap the sanctions, to cap the enrichment program, but Iran would not agree to roll it back, to make any reductions, and that was the sticking point.
Speaking Saturday after the two sides agreed to extend the deadline, EU Foreign Affairs Chief Catherine Ashton admitted there was much work ahead.
While we've made tangible progress on some of the issues and have worked together on a text for a joint comprehensive plan of action, there are still significant gaps on some core issues which will require more time and effort.
Ashton is due to step down from her EU role before the end of the year, potentially complicating future negotiations. Fitzpatrick is sceptical that any deal can be reached in the next 4 months.
But in the meantime, Iran's program is capped. They're not going to get any closer to being able to develop a weapon. And of course, they say that's not the purpose anyway. So diplomacy has been working. The program has been capped. We don't have a solution. We're not likely to have a solution. In 4 months, maybe we have to reassess and cap and extend it again.
In return for Iran converting its stockpiles of 20% enriched uranium, the US will unfreeze $2.8 billion of Iranian assets. Sanctions against Iran remain in place, but the commitment to negotiations is being welcomed on both sides, says Nigel Kushner of W Legal, an expert on sanctions and trade with Iran.
I've got a number of clients who are desperate to jump back into the very profitable business relationships they had hitherto in Iran, and my message to them today is you can't reconduct business, but certainly by all means get on with your marketing, fly over, conduct meetings, discuss deals you might be able to do in a legitimate manner, of course, once the sanctions are lifted.
Western powers and Iran have yet to decide when and where the next rounds of talks will take place, saying only they would happen in the coming weeks. Henry Ridgwell for VOA News, London.